Alright, let's go ahead and get started with today's assignment. This is an introduction to orthographic projections. Like I said, we've looked at these before as part of the graph paper freehand sketching that we did at the beginning of the class, but we're going to move on to starting these with the drafting tools. So first thing, as always, is we need to get our paper set up. All four corners. Get your title block drawn in. See, as I told you, the more you do this, the faster at it you'll get. There you go. If you haven't noticed it so far, the length of the lines on your clear triangle, okay, there we are. The length of the lines on your triangle to the end of the whole number markers are 3/8 of an inch. So that does help you when you're laying out the outside of your title block. And 3/8. Oops, made that a little long. Alright, this one will be Lab 4 Ortho. For to me today is this is drafting. P1, and the date is 2/20/19. Okay, so now that we have our title block in place, the first thing that we need to do, as always, is find the center of our workspace. So horizontally, or rather vertically, because I'm apparently terminology challenged today, 3.5 plus 1/8, that makes my vertical center right there. And we measure lengthwise. So today mine is a hair over 10 1/4. So I'm going to slide over, find 5 1/8, and we're going to make our mark right here. Alright, now finding the center point of our paper has been important for every single view drawing that we've done so far. However, it becomes much more important once we start doing orthographic projections. Because remember, an orthographic projection is taking a 3D shape and then taking each side and laying it flat on a piece of paper. Traditionally, the views that we have when we draw this is the top view, the front view, and the right-hand side view. Now, in order to do these properly on the paper, we have to align them right. So I'm going to start off by, instead of just making the center mark and then making the box that our shape will fit in, I'm going to make my center mark, and then I'm going to divide the paper into 4 quadrants, like that. Now, these don't necessarily have to be erased, but I still draw them lightly because because there's a good chance that well, we don't want to smudge them as we're dragging paper over dragging our tools over the paper. So now that we have our 4 quadrants made, the next step is to find the center, the center of the quadrants. So first things first, I'm going to find my vertical center. By going this, it looks like I'm about, should be for me, is 5 1/8. So half of 5 is 2 1/2. So what I'm looking for my center is 2 1/16. That's what this mark is here. I'm going to make the same mark over here because they should be identical. Should being the operative word. 2 1/8. And then for this, I'm not drawing the entire way through because these center points are acting like the center points of our paper previously when we were only doing one view drawings. So I'm going to come through this way and now find the vertical center. We have 1, 2, 3, and we're a little over 3 1/2, so I'm going to smudge this up just a bit. And I'm going to find half of 3 1/2, which in this case is 1 3/4. Make a mark there. Do the same thing here. 1 3/4, and then the same down here. 1 3/4. Oop. There we go. That one. Now, if I look at this, they should line up. Now you'll notice I didn't put any marks in this corner. That's because when we start doing them and it's a ways off, any isometric drawings would go in this space. And we're not going to start focusing on isometric drawings for a while. So now that I have my 3 quadrants that I'm going to be working in created, I'm going to go ahead and choose a view to start from. Traditionally, you want to do the front view. The front view is going to be in this quadrant. The top is above it, and the right-hand side is here. When we're in class again, I will go over this a little more in detail so that you can determine this for yourself when you're working on other assignments. For the time being, as you can see right over here, this is the drawing that we're going to be doing today. And I've already laid it out the way that you're going to need to use it to complete this assignment. So the first thing that I'm going to do is find the box that my front view will sit in. That would be this lower left-hand corner drawing. And if we look at it, it's 4 inches across and 1 3/4 inches tall. Easy enough. I'm going to take my scale, put the 2-inch mark on the center, and make a mark at 4, and make a mark at 0. So nothing different, we're just doing it in a smaller space than what we've been doing before. I'm going to find 1 3/4 on here, and then we're going to find half of that. So 3/4, so what we're looking for is 1 7/8 to be the center point of our shape. I'm going to make mark down here, a mark at 1 3/4, and we have our shape centered. Now if you look at the shape that we're drawing, you'll see that the outside edges in the bottom are of this box that we're drawing coincide with the shapes at the outside edges and the bottom of the shape that we're drawing overall. This is fortunate for us because we can now go through and go ahead and make these lines dark. Okay, connect them across the bottom. For the top, if we look at this, we're 3/4 inch over from the edge. Now notice I'm not making straight lines with the drafting or with the tri-scale. The reason for that is the notches on here can actually make your line bumpy as you go, especially if somebody has abused your tri-scale in the past. They are easy to dent in the sharp corners, and when that happens, they no longer function as good straight edges. So it's a good practice just to not use those to trace any straight lines. Okay, so we have the upper 2 edges done. Go ahead and finish the shape up really quick. If we look here, we go all the way down from that mark. Finish that line. Finish that line. If we look at this, I'm going to measure up a 1/2 inch and make a mark. But this does not go all the way across. It only crosses these two sections. And then we have to make a mark 3/4 inch up. It's a little easier for me to use the inch mark on my triangle as my starting point because the bottom edge of my triangle is rounded. But any which way, that is the completion of the front view. And so far, nothing different from what we've been doing, except in the center of the page, we're now in this quadrant. Now here, let me show you what one of the biggest benefits of making sure that our drawings are aligned is. And that is, I'm going to go ahead and start doing the top view next, which is in this quadrant. And because of that, I don't have to worry about doing any of my horizontal measurements. 1 second. Guys, quiet down. Alright, so if we look at the top view over here, it tells us that the height is 2.5 inches. So to do that, I'm going to put 1 3/4. Oh, no, I lied. 1 1/4 on my center mark, and make a mark at the bottom, lightly in this case, and one at the top at 2.5 inches. Then I'm going to actually flip my triangle to the underside of my parallel rule. I'm going to line my parallel rule up with the mark I just made, and then I'm going to line my triangle up with the edge of the drawing. We'll come over to there. I know that this is 2.5 inches, so I'm going to go ahead and make that line. Easy, right? Do the same thing on this side. There, there. Come down 2.5 inches. Okay, I now have 3 of my upper lines done with only making 1 measurement. Now, this is the same deal as before. So I'm going to line up the next line over here with this one up here. 2.5 inches. Lines up there. 2.5 inches. Might as well go ahead and do this one right now too. 1 3/4 inches right there is what the thing tells us. Connect that line across. Across, across, and the only thing we have left to measure on this is the 3/4 inch box up here at the top. Pencil down, and then it's the same on the other side. Just like that, our top view's done. Go ahead and get rid of my center mark here. Oh, don't sweep with your hand. And we now have 2/3 of this drawing completed. Because I aligned this with the front view, the top view I only had to make horizontal or vertical measurements. The right side view, which is what we're doing next, I only have to make horizontal measurements because the vertical ones are already done. So, in order to, if we look at this drawing right here, you can see that there are no dimensions on it, and that's okay, because we have all of the dimensions that we need to create this drawing on the front and the top view of our drawing shape. So our height, we know because it's parallel across, is taken care of at 1 3/4 inches. The width is 2.5. We know that because our top view is 2.5 from here to here. If we look at our drawing right here, the isometric view tells us that the top view connects to the right side view by, if we were to pick this up and turn it sideways, right there, then all of the lines would line up there as well. This will probably make more sense when, excuse me, when I can give you a visual 3D dimension in person. But right now it's enough to know that this is how it works, and we just have to line it up with the drawing that I've given you. So, the first thing that we have to do is measure our 2.5 inches across. I'm going to set my triangle, put my tri-scale on there, 2.5 inches, which means I put 1 1/4 on my center mark. So let's just do this. Let's line the tri-scale up with the bottom line of our front view. 1 1/4. Mark there, and a mark at 2.5 because that's our dimension. Then I just line my scale up, connect the dots. Easy, right? Next step is to go ahead and do the top, actually. So we know that our height here is, well, here, the easiest way to do it. So line the bottom of the parallel rule with the top of the line. Okay, easy there. And then just connect this line here. Okay. Now how do we know how tall the top of this is, or how wide the top of this is? Well, it's going to be the same as this square here. So in that case, it's 3/4 according to our drawing. Let's set 0 on my line. Mark off at 3/4 and connect them. And then our height. Once again, this front step here on this view comes from this height right here. So we set the parallel rule there. Triangle in place. And connect the line. Now the only solid line left, you have to be careful because I came off my triangle a little bit. The only solid line we have left is to connect these two to get the angle that we have. I'm going to erase my center marks here because it's easier to do it now than after I already have the remaining lines in place. Not using the parallel rule at all, I'm going to put my pencil on the starting line and rotate the triangle until I have my finish line connected. Okay, and the only thing we have left in this is the hidden lines right here, which we haven't discussed before. But they're pretty easy to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our lead and we're going to switch out for some blue. If you don't have any blue lead, you can borrow some from another classmate. Let's see. So blue lead. And this is really easy to do, I promise. Put the blue lead in. It's nice and sharp. Our hidden lines are made up by essentially that rectangle in the center, this section here and this section here. So I'm lining up with the top here, and I'm just going to draw a line that I know is too long. See, I have my blue line here. I look at my drawing and I know that it's 1 3/4 inches wide up here. That means I'm 1 3/4 inches from this edge. Go ahead and line up there. 1 3/4. Okay, so that's the beginning there. And then all I have to do is bring it down. And that's it for the additive portion of creating these. All we have to do to finish this out now is use our erasing shield. And the erasing shield is all that you need to finish the hidden lines. Well, and your eraser, obviously. But if we look at our erasing shield, we have these uniform dots going all the way through here. These are an erasing template to create hidden lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this over my blue line so it's covering the whole thing. The dots follow that line, and I'm going to erase through the shield where those dots are. Okay. Takes a little bit of a concerted effort because the blue doesn't like to erase very well. But you can see afterwards we have the dashed lines that we need to make hidden lines. And then other than a little cleanup, that's our drawing. Now, as soon as you finish this, I want you to go ahead and cam scan this and turn this into Lab 4. And then Lab 5 is available both on Canvas, and there'll be a printout of it sitting on my desk. Just ask my substitute for it, and should be good to go. I expect that you'll have no trouble getting both of these, done by the end of class. If you do have any issue getting the second one done, go ahead and take your kit home, and I will see you on Friday. Good luck.